From the News Channel 5 Storm Team, this is your weather first.
And of course, welcome. We're approaching the 6 o'clock hour and the heat is on out there. We have our exclusive High 5 tower cam working for you out there, and it even looks hot with that summerish kind of haze to it. Not much in the way of cloudiness as we look across the old red. It is still in the upper 90s at your local station. Humidity is low, so the heat index is only about 101 or 102 out there. Your barometer has steadied off, and of course, no rain, which we're beginning to need again. Any relief and any rain, we'll try to answer those two questions. Those are two questions uppermost in your mind. Tropics, day 27, we'll talk about it. Here's your 6 o'clock news.
Tonight on News Channel 5 at 6, as the heat continues to rise, many are cooling off at the swimming pool, but there's always a danger. We'll have ways to stay safe coming up.
I'm Nolan Crane here in Alexandria, and coming up, I'll show you what people around the community are doing to beat the heat.
And if you think your heat problems are bad, we'll take you to Morgan City, where the entire town's power was knocked out after an explosion, and that means no AC for anybody.
And it's only 1 month until the Olympics. Why the Chinese hope the year of the dragon will give them the gold, as News Channel 5 at 6 begins right now.
Now, live from Central Louisiana, this is News Channel 5, your local station.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in for the news at 6. I'm Dale Hoffman.
And I'm Joy Howe.
Well, first up tonight, summer just started last week and already temperatures in Cenla have hit triple digits for a 5th day in a row.
The tips always seem simple. Stay out of the sun, drink plenty of water, but with the amount of heat-related illnesses ERC during the summer, it's clear that anybody can be affected by that sun. News Channel 5's Nolan Crane drew the short stick tonight. He is live at the Alexandria Splash Park. Nolan, of course, there are some people who do need to take extra precautions.
That's right, Del and Joy. And as you can see, there are still a lot of people here at the Splash Park, and it's been busy all week, and for obvious reasons. But the Department of Health and Hospitals want to remind everybody that more important than playing in the water is making sure you're drinking enough, staying hydrated, as the temperatures climb and the sun beats down on us here in Cenla. Leah Lacaz is just one of hundreds of parents who bring their children to the Splash Park in Alexandria during the summer. Leah says it's her daughter's favorite spot when it's hot.
She's 2 and she loves playing in the water, so we decided we would try this out today.
Not only is the Splash Park fun for these hot days, it's a lot cheaper than some other options.
It's really hot outside and it's just a free, fun place to take my daughter.
DHH officials say this is just one good way to stay cool in the triple-digit temps. But they say remember to make sure that when your kids are in water, they're also taking some time to drink some as well.
2 to 4 ounces of water every hour, even if you're not feeling thirsty, just to stay ahead of the curve and make sure you stay hydrated.
It is very hot, and when you get over 3 digits, you start having increased complications of dehydration, heat stroke, and other medical problems.
Children are just one demographic DHH says you need to keep an eye on.
The people that we need to be the most watchful of are those who are over the age of 65, our small children, and those who may have other health problems like high blood pressure and hypertension.
That's why the staff at the Naomi Heights Nursing Home say they make sure to be extra precautious and watchful during the summer months.
So what we try to do for our residents here is provide water for them several times throughout the day where they always have access.
Older or younger, everyone is looking for a way to beat the heat. And Leah says she's happy to have a place in Alexandria where she can do just that.
It's a fun place to come, and like you said, it's free and fun entertainment.
The Department of Health and Hospital officials say every year nationwide more than 560 people die because of heat-related illnesses. And they say it's the small things like making sure you have enough water. But of course, if you're going to come out here to the Splash Park, make sure you bring some sunscreen as well. Del and Joy, back to you.
Good advice, Nolan. I hope you took your own advice out there. Stay cool for us, sir.
All right, have fun. Well, if you can find a swimming pool, use it, but learn to swim first. If you don't know how, you could be asking for trouble or a lot worse.
More children die each year from drowning than car accidents. News Channel 5's Rachel Penton is live in the studio. Rachel, as you found out, that is exactly why kids need to get an early start with learning how to swim.
That's right, Joy. Recently, we've had a number of drowning deaths involving children around the state. Just last weekend, 2 twin girls in Bossier City jumped into a swimming pool after their mother turned her back for just a minute. One of the girls drowned and the other is still in critical condition. So today I spoke with a swim instructor who says the earlier the better when it comes to swimming, and a mother that is following her advice. When Michelle Jennings heard about the scary splash her 3-year-old son Connor took this summer, she realized that it was time for him to learn some swimming safety.
Just recently, my 3-year-old jumped into a pool, and had my sister not been there, he would have drowned. And so I decided that since he had no fear, that this was the best time to learn how to swim and also learn some safety techniques.
So she signed him up for swimming lessons at the YWCA. And according to swim instructor and lifeguard Annie DeWitt, it's best for kids to start young. So Connor is at the perfect age.
When they're about to turn 3 or when they are 3, is good for them to just be comfortable with the water and know that they can have fun in it and it not be scary.
For the little ones learning how to swim for the first time, it's both exciting and scary.
Sometimes they're really scared at first. Sometimes they won't even put their feet in. So we usually just put their feet in at first, get them to do little splashes, and then if they're really comfortable with it, we have to watch them from jumping in and going crazy in the water. So it's a mixture.
And while the kids are having fun splashing around, Mom is just glad she no longer has to hold her breath around the pool.
It makes me feel a lot better. I can relax around the pool a little bit, not be so worried and on pins and needles when he's in the water. So it makes me feel a lot better, a lot safer.
She's doing her part to make sure her son doesn't become a summertime swimming statistic.
He could have been a child that drowned, so it's really scary, and it made me want even more for him to learn how to swim.
And summer is the perfect time for swimming lessons. Here in Alexandria, the YWCA offers 5 levels of swim lessons on various times and days. You can log on to KALB.com for details on how to contact them. Joy?
All right, thanks for that, Rachel. Well, traffic is moving again tonight following an accident along a portion on MacArthur Drive in Alexandria. It happened around 3:30 this afternoon near the intersection of MacArthur Drive and Elliott Street. Traffic in the southbound lanes was diverted to the service road for about an hour. There's no word yet on what caused that crash, but police tell us 2 people were taken to the hospital.
As the 4th of July holiday approaches, a lot of people will be celebrating this weekend. It's important, though, to stay safe during the holiday weekend, especially if you'll be on the road. Louisiana State Troopers want to remind everyone to drive responsibly this weekend. Remember to buckle up and don't drink and get behind the wheel. However, if you do need to party a little too much, well, just appoint a designated driver and have fun.
You don't need to get behind the wheel if you've been drinking. Even if it's one drink, alcohol can alter reaction time, among several other things. Designate a driver. Do the right thing, do the mature thing, and designate a driver.
And of course, the roads will be more crowded with holiday drivers this year, so try to be aware of your surroundings and be careful.
You may remember a few weeks ago we featured our most recent young achiever, Emily Redmond, Louisiana's Distinguished Young Woman of 2012. Well, Emily is now in Mobile, Alabama for the national competition, which begins tomorrow and will wrap up Saturday evening when the newest Distinguished Woman in America is selected. That comes with a $50,000 scholarship. For her talent, Emily will be performing a musical theater selection called Don't Ask Me Why. We wish her the best of luck. Well, today is National HIV Testing Day, and there has been free confidential testing all day at the Central Louisiana AIDS Support Services on Jackson Street. Studies show about 25% of those infected with AIDS do not know about it. It's not too late to head on over. Testing will be going on for a little while longer here until 7 o'clock tonight.
The Verizon Wireless store on North Boulevard in Alexandria is open for business again. Now, the store had to close after a fire earlier this month caused by apparently some electrical problems. The fire started in the showroom and the store had moderate damage from the fire itself, but there was extensive smoke damage in the store. Now, a temporary location in the same shopping center is now open for Verizon customers. And as the temperature continues to rise, a lot of folks are heading to the beach. In fact, a Louisiana beach made the best beach list. It's just down the road.
It did indeed, we'll tell you that. Plus, parts of Morgan City are still in the dark, but more importantly, in the heat. The latest on an explosion that caused a power outage. That's still to come. Stay with us.
You're watching News Channel 5, your local station. Online anytime at KALB.com.
It's a miserable day down south. Thousands of people woke up in the dark in Morgan City after an explosion at the city's main power plant.
Now, the fire is out at the plant, but it could be days before residents get their power back, which means no AC in triple-digit temps. Bless them. The mayor has declared a state of emergency, and residents will have to abide by a dusk-to-dawn curfew until the problem is fixed. Residents have been told not to waste water either because even the sewer stations aren't working.
Everything's under control at this point. City is completely without power. Electrical crews are evaluating to see exactly what we can do to get it up again. We have a number of assets we can depend on if we need more manpower. We're just asking the people please cooperate.
Witnesses say they heard at least one explosion at the plant. Officials say a transformer blew up, but they don't have any idea yet as to why.
You're going to go to the beach this summer. Well, there are a lot of them out there. Making a decision could be tough, but this might help narrow things down just a little bit. The National Resources Defense Council has released its best beaches list. A dozen beaches received a 5-star rating from the group, including Alabama's Gulf Shores Public Beach. Now, the beaches are rated on things like water quality and safety practices. The Grand Isle State Park Beach number 4 received the highest rating in Louisiana, 3 stars. You can find a complete list of those fun beaches on the website at KALB.com.
Tropical Depression Debbie has moved into the open Atlantic, but the damage has already been done in some Florida communities. The storm left behind a very soggy Sunshine State, and floodwaters have forced thousands from their homes. The conditions in Pasco County, in a retirement community there, are so bad, residents, as you can see, are using boats as transportation. The remnants of the storm are expected to go out to sea by tonight.
Pasco's a little north of Tampa and Hillsborough. I knew some people who live there. I hope they're not swimming.
Call them and make sure that maybe they've got their skis out, Tom.
Yeah, their airboat.
Yes, that would be helpful at a time like this.
Yeah, the flooding will be the legacy left by Debbie, but it is heading out into the Atlantic, and it is post-tropical, which means we're through with it.
Now your most accurate Storm Team forecast.
And for today, Doppler 5 Live scanning the sky across the area, but we're not really picking up any rain here in central Indiana. With 101 so far for high out at International Airport, but no help for us from showers and thunderstorms. We do see a little bit downstate south of Baton Rouge between their home and Thibodaux is moving westward, but I don't think it's going to help us out any. And right now we're still in the upper 90s for the most part, mid 90s on some other thermometers. Some folks are still lingering around 100, and I think we're down into the near 70-degree range here for tonight. And that's a little warmer than we were last night. Believe it or not, AX got all the way down to 64 degrees during the night. We have 69 on schedule for Leesville, Colfax, 70, as well as Grant Parish up there through Williana, Georgetown, and Pollock. Headed eastbound, we're 70 for Natchez. Lower 70s will take us into Avoyelles, and probably a little bit farther south, it's the mid 70s for Ville Platte and Washington. 101 again for the day tomorrow here across the Alexandria Pineville metro area. Some folks will stay in the upper 90s, though. I've got 97 for Natchez, and then out westbound 100 or better from Leesville northward and toward Manning and Natchez. 7 o'clock in the morning, 71 degrees. You'll notice that it will probably be a little bit warmer than it was this morning. And then by noon and 5 o'clock, of course, we go way past 90 degrees at that time. Heat indices, though, a little bit under control because of the lack, I will use that relatively speaking, of humidity here across the area. Sometimes we have these temperatures and the high humidity, well, it'll make the heat index soar past 110 or 115. Not quite that hot yet. We are watching the tropics. This is what's left of Debbie. It's been pronounced post-tropical by the National Hurricane Center, meaning they're going to stop issuing advisories on it. There's a tropical wave way out there as well. A lot of folks are wondering why it's so hot. And it is a little bit early to be this hot. We've had temperatures that have been very close to records here for the past couple of days. Here's a big high pressure cell. This is a clockwise circulation in the atmosphere. It represents a warm bubble of air. In fact, the center of this is back across the southern plains, and closer to the center, Hill City, Kansas at 3 o'clock was 115 that far north. And so that gives you testimony that it's the strength of this high pressure cell. We're actually on the edge of it. Doppler 5 Live showing that little bit of action downstate. And of course, we continue with flood warnings across Florida, leftovers, the legacy of Debbie. Let's turn on your future scans so you can see the weather before it happens here. And we'll continue to keep rain chances out of the forecast here for tonight. A little bit of surface high pressure front to the north. I think the sea breeze, if you look down south toward the I-10 corridor tomorrow, might activate a couple of showers and thunderstorms. But up this way, rain chances I think are too low to mention for the next 3 days. Temperatures 101 the next couple of days, so no relief there. We begin to turn temperatures down, as we've been saying, into the middle 90s there by Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we might see temperatures come back up a bit, but not to where we have been, and rain chances remain fairly low. It's feeling like 100 through 7 o'clock. Be careful out there for this evening if you're going to be out. Don't forget our free download for our weather app and the weather line, 442-1110.
All right, well, stay indoors as much as possible.
Stay in and work.
And work.
All right.
Thanks, Tom.
Taskmaster, you. The Alexandria Aces organization has a younger brother, and they're heading to a national tournament in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Plus, take a look. Why was this great catch by Yankees third baseman Dwayne Wise not so great? Mo Carter has the answer in his edition of Some Sports. Stay with us.
Now, the latest update from the world of sports.
A local travel ball team is heading to Gulf Shores, Alabama for the National Baseball Tournament. News Channel 5's Chris Bailey met up with these local All-Stars before they head on out to Gulf Shores.
The Alexandria Aces have been around Central Louisiana for several years, but now little brother is taking the stage. Meet Aces Baseball.
The pro team here in town is the Alexandria Aces, and we call ourselves Aces Baseball. And we sat down with the CEO of the Aces and was granted use of the logo, and he had no problem with us being Aces Baseball.
Central Louisiana is represented right here with these 10 kids.
It's been a lot of hard work, been a lot of time, and a lot of sweat.
It started out tough, but then we worked as a team, and we finally got to where our goal was, and we're hoping to do a lot better and succeed our goals in the World Series.
Been great because we've been trying our hardest and practicing every day so we can get to this part and go into the World Series.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get better, and I thank my coaches and my parents to get me here.
This has been really fun for me and just being with my team and having fun and winning all these games. Just fun being in hotels, being with your friends instead of your boring old home, just sitting on the bed, doing nothing.
Trying to go down there and play hard and maybe win a championship. We worked really hard this year to go there. It's just a dream come true.
No kids barely ever get to go to a World Series, and I think I'm lucky to get a chance to go.
And Aces Baseball will head to Gulf Shores for the USSSA World Series July 10th through July 15th. Best of luck to those kids. They have worked very hard to get to where they are. Here in Alexandria, I'm Chris Bailey for News Channel 5, your local station for sports.
Thanks, Chris. We wish those guys the best of luck in Gulf Shores. Speaking of local teams, the Sinlock Storm and AAU basketball team comprised of 7th through 9th graders are at the National AAU Tournament right now. They have a 2-0 start to their tournament tonight. They play the host team, Memphis, at 7 p.m. Hey, Drew Brees is in New York, and you can see him on David Letterman tomorrow at 10:35, live on CBS 2. Can't wait to hear what he's got to say. And finally, in this evening's Some Mo Sports, we salute the officials that make bad calls. In the 7th inning of the Yankees and Indians game, Jack Hanahan hit a foul ball towards the seat and third base line. Dwayne Wise goes to the stand. He appears to make a great leaping catch that is Sports Center worthy. Umpire Mike DeMuro credited him with the catch. But as we come up looking, take a look at that guy on the left of your screen in the red polo. As you see, the ball was never caught by Wise and actually ends up in that guy's hands, but they still call the guy out. So he did not make the catch, and they made a big
poor
old
calls.
Very, very poor call.
Maybe the
There should be a trophy for that.
eye.
Thank you, Mo.
Well, the Olympics are just a month away, and the Chinese have unveiled their new uniform.
Why they hope that the dragon gives them a fiery advantage to sweep their competition. Coming up next.
The outfits the Chinese athletes will be wearing in London have been revealed.
The uniform combines Chinese characteristics and Western elements to create a unique dragon design. The zipper imitates the texture of a dragon's scales. The collar is lined with clouds. The Chinese are hoping that the Year of the Dragon will bring them luck in this year's Olympic Games. And as of today, we are just 1 month from the opening ceremonies of the London 2012 Olympic Games. You can watch it right here, beginning July 27th on News Channel 5.
But root for the Americans.
That's true.
Yeah. Chinese may have zippers, but you know, we have
They'll win something, we're sure. Yes.
Well, finally, this evening, as the temperatures rise here in Cenla, News Channel 5's Darrell Weniger will be outside, doing that, what he does best, quite often handing out popsicles.
He was in Alexandria today, and if you missed him, he will be out every Friday for the next month. For more details, you can check out our webpage or follow him on Facebook. And we take a look there as we leave you with the Popsicle Patrol. We'll see you at 10, everybody.